Hello students, how are you? Hope you all are healthy and safe at your home. I am Shweta Jain representing Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota. So children, today I am here to teach you chapter 10, Light, Sound and Force. So all of you open your books, page number 81, chapter 10, Light, Sound and Force. So children, can you see things in a dark room? No. Can you read a book in a dark room? No. Now, if we put on the light, then are you able to see? Yes, we are able to see when light is on. And why this is so? Because here light help us to see. Now, during the night time, are you able to see the things? No. Again, if during the daytime, everything is visible to us. Now why this is so? What is the difference over here? So the difference here is during the daytime sun shines brightly in the sky and the sun is the main source of light on earth. It gives out light due to which everything is visible to us during the daytime. So children, here in this chapter we will learn about light. We will also learn about sound and force. Okay, so let us come to your book now. So first we will do this activity given in your book on page number 81. So children, it's written over here, color the objects which give us light. So you can see here, football, it does not give any light. So you don't have to color it. Then this is sun. As I have told you right now that sun gives out heat and light. So you have to color it. And then this is diya. And it also emits light. When we lit the diya, it gives out light. So you have to color this also. Now we come to the topic light. So children, light helps us to see. The sun is the main source of light on the earth. During night, we use different objects like bulb, diya, candle, torch, tube light, lamp that give out light. So children, there are two types of objects on this basis whether they are giving light or not. So these two types of objects are, first is luminous and second category is non-luminous. So here the objects which give out light are luminous. These objects, they give out light. And the objects that do not give out light, these type of objects are non-luminous. Now, can you give some examples of luminous objects? Yes, bulb, tube light, lamp, diya, all these are luminous objects. And the most important one is the sun. Sun is the natural source of light. And besides it, other sources like bulb, diya, these all are the man-made sources of light. They are also luminous bodies. Okay. Now let me show you some of the luminous objects, children. See, this is a bulb. It gives out light. Now see, if I lit it, then it starts giving out light. So it is also a luminous body. Similarly, if I lit a candle, it also starts giving out light. So it is also a luminous body. Then we can see a torch. It also gives out light. So it is also a luminous body. So these are some of the examples of luminous things. And sun and stars are also luminous things. Now children, can you give some examples of non-luminous things? There are so many things around you which are non-luminous. Like if I talk about this book, it is non-luminous because it is not giving out any light over here. If I talk about this mouse of a computer, it also do not give out any light. So it is also a non-luminous. Table, chair, box, all these things are non-luminous. Okay children. So now again let us come to your book. So let us do this activity which is given in your book on page number 82. Tick the luminous objects. You have to put a tick mark on the objects that give out light, that is which are luminous. So here lamp is a luminous object, so you will put a tick over here. Again this is a lantern, so you will put a tick over here. Dog, is it a luminous body? No, so we put cross over here. Tree, is it a luminous body? No, so we put a cross over here. Now moon, is it a luminous body? So children, here moon shines in the sky during the night time, but moon is a non-luminous thing. Now why it is so? Because moon does not give light of its own. It absorbs the light from the sun, it takes the sunlight and reflects it back. That's why only it shines. So it is a non-luminous body. So we will put a cross over here. Then tube light. Tube light again is a luminous thing. So we will put a tick mark over here. So now we come to shadow. Children, when you go out in the sun, you see a dark patch on the ground. As you walk, the dark patch follows you. This dark patch is called shadow. A shadow is formed when an object blocks the path of light. So, you might have seen whenever you are moving out in sun, you might have seen a dark patch. It is just like you only. So, that is called a shadow. So, now let me show you how a shadow is formed. Now, when it is kept in front of a light source, you can see it that when light falls on it, it blocks the path of light. Now when the path of light is blocked by the book, a dark patch is formed behind it. This dark patch is the shadow of the book, as you can see at the background. Are you able to see this shadow? So it is the shadow of the book. Let us take one more example. See children, this is my hand, and now when I put my hand in front of the light source, again a shadow is formed. Now you can see here a shadow of my hand is formed over here. So this way a shadow is formed. Now the objects like human body, wooden chair, stone, brick and book that do not allow light to pass through them are called opaque objects, and we cannot see through the opaque objects. Okay children, right now we have studied that when something blocks the path of light, it means it is not allowing the light to pass through it. So such type of objects are called as opaque objects. So till now we have studied three terms. First was luminous, the objects that give out light. Second term was non-luminous, the objects that do not give out light. And the third is the opaque objects. These are the objects which do not allow light to pass through them. Okay. So a shadow is always formed on the opposite side of the source of light. Shadows are sometimes long and sometimes short. Now you can see in the picture given in your book that a tree is here and the source of light is the sun, which is behind the tree. So a shadow is formed at the opposite side of the light source, that is in this side. If sun is at right side, then the shadow will be formed at left side. So you can see the pictures over here, and during the morning hours and the evening hours shadow is long, but during the noon time when sun is overhead the tree, because as I have told you right now that it is formed on the opposite side. So here the shadow formed is shorter in size. So in morning and evening a long shadow is formed, and in the noon time a short shadow is formed. Okay, so children, now we come to our next topic, that is sound. So children, have you heard some sounds around you? Yes, these are some of the sounds which you hear in your everyday life, like the chirping of birds, ringing of bells, barking of dogs, honking of horns and crying of babies. So children, can you see these sounds? No, we cannot see the sound, we can hear the sound only with the help of our ears. So ears are our sense organs which help us to hear the different types of sounds. We make sounds when we talk, laugh, cry, cough and sneeze. Now children, there are different types of sounds. Sounds can be soft, loud, pleasant or unpleasant. Soft and pleasant sounds make us feel happy. Chirping of birds, songs and sounds made by musical instruments are soft and pleasant. Loud and unpleasant sound is called noise. It irritates us. Sound of vehicles on busy road, honking of horns, loud music and shouting of people are loud and unpleasant sounds. Noise can damage our ears. So children, there are basically two types of sounds. So these two types of sound are first type is soft and pleasant. Now soft and pleasant, this type of sound make us feel happy. It makes us feel happy. So some of the sounds are chirping of birds, then ringing of bells, music on low volume. All these sounds are soft and pleasant. And another category of sound is loud and unpleasant. Now these type of sounds, they irritate us. They do not make us feel happy, they irritate us, and these type of sounds are called as noise. And some of the noises which we don't like are honking of horns of vehicles on the busy road, loud music. These are some of the sounds that are unpleasant and we call them as noise. So children, we should play music system and television at low volume. We should not shout while talking. Okay, so this is about sound. Now let us come to our next topic, that is force. So force, a push or pull is called force. Force helps us to do many things. Like force can move an object like stationary car and toy car. Force can stop a moving object. Force can change the shape of an object like clay and dough. Force can make things go faster or slow down. Force can change the direction of an object. So children, force here is any push or pull. Now what force can do? It can change the shape of an object. Secondly, it can move a stationary object. A stationary object means the object which is at rest. And it can stop a moving object. So let us see some of the examples how force can do all these things. Now see children, this is a toy car. Now right now it is stationary, means it is standing at one place. Now if I apply force on it, then it starts moving. Just see how it happens. Now I am applying force with my hand and it starts moving. Okay, now force can also stop a moving object. Now you can see that when the car is moving and if I apply force to it, then it will stop moving. You can see here it is a moving car and I am applying force and now it has stopped. Okay, so in this way force can stop a moving object or it can move a stationary object. Now see children, it is a clay dough, it is in shape of a ball. Now if I press it with my hands, I am applying force over it. Now the shape of this dough has changed like this. You can see here also, this is the elongated shaped clay dough. Now if I push it with my fingers, then the shape of this clay dough changes. So in this way, force can change the shape of an object. Okay children, so now let us come back to your book. Take a ball and roll it on the floor. What happens after some time? Does it slow down and then stop? Yes, the ball slows and stops due to friction. Friction is a special type of force that slows down the movement of objects. So children, friction here is a particular type of force, okay, and this type of force opposes the motion. So whenever a body is moving, then due to friction force, first it slows down and then it stops moving. So children, this is all about the explanation part of your chapter. Now we'll move to the definitions. Let us discuss some definitions of your copywork. So children, now let us discuss some definitions. Now these definitions you have to do in your copy, you have to do these in your school notebooks, and you have to do them with sharp pencil and good handwriting, and put the red margins properly, and in continuation with these definition you can do the other rest of the copy work. So you have to first put the heading of the chapter number, and then we will start with define. Okay, so first definition is luminous object, the objects that give out light. Next definition here is force. Any push or pull is called force. And then the third definition is opaque objects. So the objects that do not allow light to pass through them. So in this way you have to do these definitions in your copies. So children, that's all for today. So children, this concludes the chapter explanation and the definition part of your copy work. I hope you all have understood the things well. So thank you. Have a nice day.